But now coming back to the whole personalization point, because now the customers expect.
Yes.
I mean, for brands, the whole transformation towards the 360, it takes time, but the customer expectations probably change in an year.
Yeah.
Because now there are so many smaller companies which are coming and solving a particular niche problem. They're doing great, but that is changing the customer expectation.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we? How do you look at that? The whole personalization. What are the customer expectations? How do we match those expectations?
You're definitely right. The consumer expects it at this point.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and the toughest challenge is having the right data to speak to that consumer. And I think every brand, no matter whether it's beauty or otherwise, has that same challenge today, especially with the emergence of AI and Gen AI. It's really understanding the consumer at their core. And like you said, really following them along their journey. So as I mentioned in the beginning, it's about delivering the right message at the right place at the right time, and they expect that. And when it's not delivered that way, they get frustrated. Right. And they can pivot very easily, and their frustration can happen very quickly. So if we're not using that data correctly to take them through that full journey, then we're really missing the mark, because it is an expectation. And consumers are smart now. They know that we're collecting that data, right?
Yeah.
Even with the elimination of cookies, et cetera, there's still many ways that we can collect that data from them. So, really looking at CRM and looking at ways that we can deliver those messages that feels organic and not pushy, right? Or loyalty programs are a great opportunity as well. Really understanding, what can we give back to them as being part of the community?
Yeah.
What's the storytelling that we have behind our brand and our products that speak to our core demographics, so that way they feel related to the brand. So really taking into all these things all into consideration, that's how you can make it a personalized experience for the consumer.
Yeah, because it's a two-way thing now, because now I'm giving consent.
Correct.
For my data.
Correct.
So I'm expecting something in return.
Correct.
Which is a great experience. Now that I've given you consent, my assumption is you know everything about me, or I've given you the details. Now give me that experience.
Exactly.
So are you also seeing different expectations level for different generations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gen Zs or...
Gen Zs are the most advanced, and everybody's looking at Gen Z.
Right.
Everyone. They have never not had the internet. Right, I think
That's
they're the first generation to not have ever had the internet. So they grew up with that. It's native for them. So we have to be using that data properly, because they sniff it out immediately. They know if the brand doesn't have any idea what they're doing.
Huh.
I think for millennials, and then above that, there's more leniency.
Yeah.
I think we're
more tolerance probably.
We're a bit more forgiving, I want to say, because we know, and I think we're more open to the old school way a bit, even though we still have that expectation. I think we're a little more weary that people have our data.
Yeah. And you've seen that it took us 10, 20 years to get to this stage. So we we appreciate that as well.
I think my parents even are like, oh, they know everything about me, Like my brother, for example, he's a little older than me. He's like, I don't want to have an Amazon Echo in my house because I don't want them hearing my conversation. Like our generation, the older generations are a little bit more paranoid. Whereas the Gen Z, they want it. They want to be connected. They want to have us understanding everything about them, because they want it to be personalized. They don't want to waste their time.